This summer will mark the 100th anniversary of Cincinnati Opera, making it the second oldest opera company in the United States. And one of the things that has made us a hallmark of our community is our commitment to diversity and inclusion and equity.
The community is a very diverse community, culturally, ethnically, socioeconomically. So it's important to us to create and produce opera experiences that reflect those members of our community. For example, Margaret Garner, Rise for Freedom, the John P. Parker story, Porgy and Bess, Opera Goes to Church, The Temple, The Opera Express, Blind Injustice, Castor and Patience, Fierce.
Fierce is drawn from the life stories of 10 young African-American women who congregate after school at a place called Wordplay and at the Music Resource Center. What's it like to be growing up young, gifted, and Black? What's new about opera is that they speak to problems of today, people of today.
There are so many different styles or, genres represented in this opera. You're gonna hear some classical, some romantic era like stuff, impressionistic, some hip hop, some gospel stuff, samba, jazz. And that's one of the primary goals, is to show that opera is for everyone and to make it accessible.
When we do something like Blind Injustice, where we're partnering with YPCC and the Ohio Innocence Project, working with the exonerees, having an opportunity to share their stories, it's very impactful. This piece made national news, so people wanted to talk about this subject matter. People wanted to talk about wrongful incarceration and impact.
My first exposure to their efforts to bridge cultural divides was Opera Goes to Church. And the idea is that from a cultural perspective, if the people around you aren't going to opera and if nobody tells you to go, you're just probably not gonna go. So let's bring it to them.
It has become a very popular community event where we experience opera, jazz, gospel music, sacred music, folk music together in a welcoming environment.
Change doesn't come overnight, but change doesn't come unless you make the commitment over time.
I see ArtsWave as a convener, but also a connector. And there are a number of arts organizations in the city that are building bridges and making connections. And the nice thing is that we work together. I think ArtsWave is extremely vital in providing support to help us to engage.
So while we are a grand opera company and a summer festival with a finite time in which we can perform, the diversity of our product has increased enormously. And the reason it can do that is in large measure due to the presence, influence, and largesse of ArtsWave.